So today I'm showing you what a wingfoil race looks like. I entered the Copa Catalana, the Catalan Wingfoil Cup in Empuriabrava in the Costa Brava. Here is the start. That was the start. You see I'm downwind of a bunch of the other riders. And you can also see that the fast guys are much faster than me. I'm still pretty slow, but kind of keeping up with the middle of the pack here. So yeah, my race experience in wingfoiling is fairly limited. I've participated in a few races, mainly the Defi wing this year. And now I started getting some gear that is a little bit more dedicated to racing or going fast. So in this race, I'm on the Gong HM 107 mast for the first time. So that's a very long and thin mast that's specialized here for racing. And it definitely works better than my previous HM86, which was a thick mast, which gave me the problem of ventilating at around 18 knots or 30 kilometers an hour. So I don't have that problem anymore. So in this race, we're here coming now to the first mark, the first buoy. And here, actually, you need to do a tack. Or what I'm doing here, I'm going a little bit further upwind and then jibing. This is a situation from a race earlier that day. I wanted to tag around this mark. This other guy wants to jibe, so he almost runs into me. This could have resulted in severe damage to gear or ankles. So what is your opinion on that? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to tell you the rules. The rules are that whoever tags around this mark has right of way. So this guy should have given me space, but I don't think he even saw me. So a very dangerous situation that led to me also doing jibes later on around the same mark. The organizers of the race later told me, well, you know, if the officials would see that, then he would be disqualified. Well, that doesn't help me much. Around that side of the course, there's no one. So yeah, you got to try to protect yourself from things like that. So now let's get back to the original race. Yeah, back to the gear. I first wanted to go out with a 600 square centimeter foil and tried that, but at the beginning of the day, the wind, especially close to shore, was very weak, and I couldn't get up on foil at all. I missed the first race because of it, so I had to go back and put in a bigger front wing. Here I just did the foot switch, which again, in a race situation is always a bit scary because it can lead to faults, and then the race is basically over. And so the wind actually came from the north, and this spot, Empuriabrava, is pretty close to some hills or little mountains on the windward side, and which makes this actually a bad spot for this Tramontana wind. And so close to that last buoy, the wind was very strong, but then as you get closer to shore, it gets weaker and weaker, and you can have some pretty crazy gusts. So it's very tough conditions for racing, but you hardly ever get normal conditions in races. There's always something weird, I feel, so you just have to deal with it. So here I'm actually, because of the still stronger wind, going a bit upwind. I felt more stable like that. And then as I approached the next mark, Here you see I have to unhook and then go downwind quite a lot. All of that not being very fast. This guy on the ozone wing passed me downwind. He's obviously faster. And this spot of the course was where previously the wind was very low in other races on that same day. And I got off foil and then had real big troubles to get back up on foil. So this time I was really trying to play it safe, to do everything to stay up on foil, and the wind was just enough to do that. And then we have a very short sequence of 3 jibes. You see here's already the next mark, which I'm passing. So no foot switch needed in that sequence. And yeah, so here there's a guy now coming from behind and overtaking me, but I was mostly concerned about the extremely gusty wind. You see here, I'm really struggling with my sail. And then I was just like, okay, I just need to get this last jibe done without falling in. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not very comfortable in the conditions. I'm not very comfortable with foot switches, and all of that affects me. I'm not super fast. Here I stay toe side towards the finish line. There next to the boat is the finish line. And I complete this race in position 18th out of 25 participants in the race, so towards the back of the field. I still had fun this day. I'm really just trying to build up some experience. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.